Hello there, Anthony with Deliver Capital. Today's tips and tricks, we're talking about how to optimize your personal credit before applying for a loan. So let's get down to the foundation, what I like to call the perfect credit formula, right? We all want that 800 credit score, but how do we get there? You need to follow these rules in order to increase your scores. So there's four different types of accounts we like to call trade lines. You have a mortgage loan, an auto loan, an installment loan, credit card, revolving accounts. Now, the age of these accounts makes a big difference. The longer of establishment, the higher the score goes. Next is your credit utilization. So let's just say you have a $10,000 limit on a credit card and a $3,000 balance. You're using 30%. Once you go above 30%, it can affect your scores. Next is your payment history. So no lates, collection, taxings, bankruptcies. These are going to stay on for about 7 to 10 years. That derogatory will dramatically affect you, and your score can actually drop over 100 points. Next is your inquiries. You want to use these wisely, right? The rule of thumb I like to say is no more than about 2 or 3 inquiries within 6 months. If you have 6 within the 6 months, anything over, you could be denied a loan. It doesn't even matter what your credit score is. Now, here's some tips and tricks on how to maximize your credit, right? So what I like to call to avoid is 7 years of misery, put all your accounts on auto pay. You want to be systems dependent, not human dependent. Go on vacation for a month, forgot to make a payment, that 30 days is going to stay on for 7 years, drop your score over 100 points. It's very, very bad. Now, which is better, right? Paying off your credit card or leaving a small balance? Believe it or not, that if you have a 0% versus a 1% utilization, your score will be higher on the 1%. We've tested it. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. Just follow the rule. Next is don't close these old credit cards. So what happens is that you lose your total credit utilization and the age factor, which actually puts you in a higher risk factor. And if you have these inactive accounts, make sure you use them every once in a while, every 1, 2, 3 months. Buy some gas, groceries, pay them off at the end of the month. Even if it's for $5, what matters is the activity. And most important, or actually they're all important, but know and understand your closing statement date. Okay, I have so many of my clients say, hey, I paid down my credit card, but my score isn't changing. Because, for an example, if you have your payment due date on the 1st, it means your closing statement date is typically 2 or 3 days after. Look it online, look in your statements, you'll see what that closing statement date is. Okay, so because if you have a balance on, you pay it down on the 1st, you use it in between the closing statement date, and now that balance gets reported to the credit bureau because they report one time a month. So make sure you utilize it, pay it down, let it close, and then use it right after, leverage it for 30 days. Because if you miss it, then you have to wait another whole cycle. Right? If you have this, credit utilization at 60, 70%, that's going to hinder you from getting a loan. Pay it down, make sure it's low, be as picture perfect as possible before going in. Okay. Now there is certain tools that you can use called a rapid rescore that if you get a letter from your creditor, you can take that, send it to the credit bureaus, or there's actually services that are offered. We actually have a service that we work with somebody else. But there are certain tools that you can do to expedite that without having to wait the 30 days. All right, you guys. Great talking with you. If you have any questions, by all means, give us a call, 888-311-9894.